So to kind of give you an intro to this, this was our 3rd year anniversary trip. We decided to go to Colorado Springs, Colorado, mainly because I loved Colorado when I went there when I was a kid. And Chris really wanted to see Colorado, and I love the mountains, so I decided to kind of take him on some things that I did when I was a kid, such as Pike's Peak. I also went to Garden of the Gods, and then we also threw in some new stuff that I'd never done before, like the Royal Gorge Bridge and the Mountain Zoo, and even the Seven Falls. And so the dates that we went was we left on Sunday, March 19th of 2017, and we were there until Wednesday of March 22nd of 2017. Okay, so I'm just going to pop in from here and there to kind of explain things that we never talked about. This was our first year of like vlogging something, our first official trip of doing something other than our honeymoon. So I'm just gonna pop in from time to time to explain things that was never really explained throughout these trips, and throughout every day. So just enjoy this pop-up, I guess you could say. We went to Pike's Peak. As you guys saw, the depot and everything, it is really cool. We had a lady that helped us with our tickets, and she was the sweetest lady ever. She literally guided us to where we needed to be. You know, had no problems getting our tickets and everything. She was the sweetest person. I don't know her name, but she was really sweet. And when we got there, we took a little photos. We kind of explored around, and there was an area you could get food and drinks, but there was also a little gift shop, and we decided to go around and look around. We were waiting for our train. It would be an hour or half an hour or so. So we ended up getting a few things. We ended up getting some postcards and a pen and a crushed penny and a coin type thing. It's just a postcard with like all the different mountains and like their elevations. And then we ended up getting on the train like normal, and we ended up sitting across from us was 2 people that we found out was from Texas. They were also on vacation, and there was 2 girls and stuff. And we had a conductor named Elliot, and he taught us a bunch of information and made funny jokes, and he was really entertaining to listen to for a good 30-minute train ride up the mountain. So when we got to the top of the mountain, we took some pictures, and we got really cold because it is really cold up there. Keep in mind, when we were at the depot, it was maybe about 50, 40, 45 degrees, something like that. And by the time we got to the top of the mountain, it was like below freezing. It was cold. So we got cold really easily and ended up going inside Keep in mind, we weren't really dressed for outdoorsy, cold ass weather because we were literally thinking it's spring, it's supposed to be a nice time. The only time we ever needed a really good jacket was on top of that mountain. It was cold. So we went inside and we used the bathroom while we were up there, and then we got some food. I started to really feel really nauseous and lightheaded and did not feel good. Keep in mind, they do tell you to drink a bunch of water because of the elevation, and I literally drank so much water. And I'm not a water person. I don't like drinking water, but I drank probably like 2 or 3 bottles of water within that period. And it wasn't helping. I wasn't feeling the best. I got food to try to ease my stomach. It did not help very much. We ended up walking through the gift shop really quick and picked out a couple things. And then we ended up going back outside, taking some last minute photos, and I wanted to go on that train before. I didn't want to be late, I didn't want to be that kind of person, but I also wasn't feeling good and just really needed to sit down and breathe. I wasn't myself, which I went to the mountains back when I was like a 6th grader, and at that time I loved it. I had no issues. Now getting older, I've figured out I have some elevation problems. I don't start to feel good when I am elevated up higher than a normal level. So we ended up getting a couple things up on the top of the mountain, and then we got packed in. And as we were sitting there, people started freaking out because we were all on there and there were people that weren't on there yet, and they were waiting for those people, and it was getting to the time. But don't worry, everybody made it on safely and soundly, but it was just interesting to see these people freak out. While on there to go back down, Elliot, our conductor, offered us some books that we could get and all that, and me and Chris did purchase a book and we got it signed from him because we thought he was really nice and really cool. But it later did get water damage in storage, and I don't even know how it got water damage, it just did. Oh, I think it was sitting on a table and somebody spilled water and it got watered on. So I don't know if we still actually have it or if we threw it. I'm guessing we probably threw it away.
So we woke up this morning and headed into Manitou, is that how you say it? Manitou? Something like that. Springs, to visit Pike's Peak and go on a train all the way up it. And that was pretty fun. We just got done and we're driving back to our hotel to spend a few hours just going swimming and just hanging out until we have to leave for the game. So I think I had like elevation problems. I did not feel good at the top of the mountain, and then I got back to the bottom and I was fine. And yeah. Anything to say?
It's a great view.
Yeah, it's a great view. It was beautiful. So we came back here to kind of just chill before the game and kind of watch TV and ate lunch, and pretty much that was it. And then we left for the Avalanche versus Blues game in Denver, and we went there.
Traffic was terrible.
Traffic was horrible getting there. And then we got there, had to wait outside for a while before they opened the doors. And then we finally made it through all the security and everything like that. We went up to go to the gift shop to get my mom her bag that she wanted, I guess. And they didn't have any. And so we had to go all the way around to the other side and down to the first bag. To find the bag for my mom, and we finally found one, and we got it for her. I'm trying to make this quick, and you're making it impossible. Will you stop? And then we watched the game, and well, we lost. It was 4-2. It was a really fun game, though. It was fun, right? To the game, and we had a fun time, and then we got done and started to leave. Well, we almost got hit 3 times in traffic. People just whip out in front of you, just don't. We had this lady that flipped us off when we had the right of way, and she had a yield sign. And then we came here. Please stop. We came here, and now we are getting ready for bed for our trip back home tomorrow, and a few other things here to sum it all up and head home.